What
Hmm.
is your thoughts about podcast?
See, podcasts are really great way to make a lot of content in short amount of time. So we are also creating a content. I think everyone should do podcast.
Suddenly, how come people are paying even more money for this podcast?
Yeah. It was podcast is really old thing. In India, it's very new, but internationally, if you say it, people are doing podcast from 10 years, 20 years.
How can one become like a millionaire? How many income streams?
I think this answer is connected to the last question which you asked why it is important to make content. So even a chai wala, if leverage that guy can leverage content creation and earn lakhs of rupees for one visit for one day.
How was the privilege of meeting Robert Kiyosaki once upon a time? You were reading his book.
It was a very humbling experience because his book was the reason why I came to books, why I started reading books. So his book really changed my life, really changed.
Hey everyone, welcome to Real Knowledge Club Summit. Today we have one of the most remarkable thought leaders, movers and the shakers of the industry, YouTube sensational, rags to richest millionaires who has over like 4 million subscribers on his channel, who has began his journey from a humble beginning and running one of the most successful YouTube channels, Seekan YouTube channel, which has 4 million subscribers. He's also India's one of the biggest book club channel, book reviews, and he is also like a TEDx speaker, Joe Stock speaker, who is none other than Zeeshan Shaikh with us, right? One of the game changers. He has helped like so many people, help them start from zero to like over 100,000 subscribers and even million subscribers. You are learning from absolutely the best of the best, the top 0.01, right? Make sure that like you take notes and listen to this entire podcast fully so that like you will able to learn exactly how he was able to help so many people with his repeated framework scaling strategy and everything. And today's interview will learn absolutely about the YouTube growth strategies, what it takes for you to become millionaire, networking, and how you can build a great team and how you can succeed in this AI era. Without any further delay, let's all welcome Zeeshan Sheikh to the Real Knowledge Club Summit.
Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. It's a pleasure to
Oh,
be here.
thank you. Thank you, Zeeshan, for taking your super valuable time. It's a great honor to have you with us after meeting you, I believe, last year, 2023, at the Funnel Growth Summit and everything. And finally, we are here.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yep. Zeeshan, I'm so curious to know about like your backstory, right? And how did you get started? What was your exact vision, motto, and what inspired you to pick YouTube over any other platform?
So I was a very average guy when I was young. The only path that was shown to me was the traditional path, which is like you have to study hard, you have to get good marks, then you have to get a good job, and then you will become successful. Like that was the story which was repeated to me by everyone. So I was going with that story only, with that path only. But once when I reached my engineering college, so I had a lot of friends who were senior to me. Uh, they were in their fourth year, so I was in my second year. But they were connected with me because I had a dance group there. So we used to do a lot of fun. We used to dance, and we really loved doing that. So what happened was when I saw my seniors who were really smarter than me, who were doing very hardworking than me, and they were people who were really passionate also in terms of engineering. But on the other hand, nor I was very passionate about it, nor I was so smart, nor I got very great marks in the engineering. So I thought to myself, here, these people, even after like studying so hard, they are not able to get jobs. So they are not able to get a decent job. Most of them were getting jobs around 15K, 20K, and that too they had to travel very far, far away. So that was a reality check for me. I understood like that path is not something I really want. Also, I was like kind of a guy who really loves his freedom. I love my freedom. And when I saw that people are struggling with their jobs and they don't have freedom in their life, they have to do, they have to live their life according to what their boss is saying. Even if they want to take 2 3 days vacation, it is all dependent on their bosses. So that was a trigger point for me. There were also a few other instances that really reinforced that I don't want to take this path. I have to try something else. So just like a normal guy, I went to YouTube and I started searching how to become successful, how to become rich, because engineering would have not given me that success. So after studying and after learning from YouTube, I came to understand, like, if I want to become a millionaire or billionaire, I have to become like them. At least I
Mhm.
have to get some habits that they have. So after researching, I came to a conclusion that one of the best habit that I can incorporate in myself is reading, because most of the leaders are readers. Bill Gates, Elon
Right.
Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. Like, that was really fascinating to me, because when I used to hear all these great names, but I never knew that all of these leaders whom I admire, all of them are readers. So that just clicked, and I thought, yeah, let's start reading. And I saw a YouTube video which recommended me three books. One was Rich Dad Poor Dad. The second was The Richest Man in Babylon, and the third book was, I think, I don't remember correctly, but it was something like Things I Didn't Learn in My School But I Wish I Had. It has a very
Mhm.
big title. But one by one, I started reading that books. The first book I picked up was Rich Dad Poor Dad, and to be honest, that was the life changing. That was truly life changing for me, because the lessons in that book was so simple, it was so engaging, and it was so brilliant that it really put a paradigm shift in my thinking. Because
Wow.
one of the best lessons, and it's a very simple lesson, but nobody taught me in my school, nor my relatives, nor my teachers, nor my friends. I never heard something so beautiful but yet so simple, that if you want to get rich, build as many assets as possible, because assets are something that puts money in your pocket, and liabilities are things that takes away money from your pocket. Now, this is such a simple line, but it is so profound, it is so valuable, but nobody taught me that. But Rich Dad Poor Dad taught me lessons like that. Like, you should all, even if you're doing job, you should mind your own business. Never work for money, never trade your time for money. And there were so many gold nuggets that I took from that book, and that was the changing point. Like, yeah, I got key up to, I have to read more and more books. I got a chaska, that kick from reading books. And then I started reading. And while I was reading, I understood one thing. First, I was like, yeah, with so much effort, I'm reading books and I'm learning from it. I will keep it to myself. But then in one of the books of self-help books, I read, if you want to become really successful, you have to give the most valuable thing that you have to others. When you give the most valuable thing you have to others, then only universe and everyone will appreciate you and they will return back. So uh, after doing some self-analysis, I came to a conclusion that I have started reading. I also tell a lot of my friends to read, but they don't read. They don't have that passion, but I have that passion. So what I will do, I will read books, I will make a summary out of it, and I will put it on YouTube, and I will share it for free. So that was the mentality, and because it was very valuable and very unique, nobody was in India was doing something like that with animations, proper animations. So that was the reason I got really good response. Within 3 4 months, I started seeing money incoming money from YouTube, and that was amazing. And from that, my journey began.
Absolutely. That's so amazing. Being an engineer, I can connect and relate with your journey much, right? Because one thing common in between you and me is like even I love books, even I'm an engineer. And by the way, which engineering stream like you had chosen?
I took EXTC, electronic and telecom.
Electronics. Oh wow, amazing. Which
Hmm.
year you got graduated?
Uh, 2015, I think so. 2015 or 16. I don't remember correctly, but it has been like 9 to 10 years.
Amazing, amazing. And from the time you are into engineering, you got started into like YouTube, right?
Yeah, when I was in my third year. So during second year only, I understood कि यार engineering में I wouldn't be very successful. I don't really enjoy it. I don't want that life. So I started experimenting from third year. Third year of the engineering, I started making content and everything. Uh, and after that, I completed my engineering with good marks. I got good marks because your parents always they have invested so much money, so I
Correct.
can't just quit it. So I did my engineering side by side, but I also focused on YouTube because I knew that is the part I want to choose for the long run.
Absolutely, absolutely loved it. Amazing. And Zishan, if I were to ask you, how did you select your niche, right? Many people have this problem of identifying the niche. How did you got that clarity? This is YouTube is what I need to do, and second is like books is what I need to do, right? Like book reviews.
So it's it's a very simple answer is this: scratch your own itch. I have read in one of the books like how to come with a great business idea. You just scratch your own itch. If there's some part of your body is itching, just itch it. Matlab, if you are having some kind of problem in your life, try to solve that problem, because chances are if you are having that problem, many other people will also have that problem. So if you're
Yes.
average person, so I was an average person. I understood here I needed books in my life, but I didn't knew it. So I will choose that niche because India really needs readers. We need that mindset because books really polishes your mindset. And I think it, even after 9 to 10 years of reading so many books and so many other different lessons, again I will come to that same line that mindset will be 80 to 90% of the reason that will make you successful. And books and mentors are one of the greatest sources that can shift your mindset to the right direction. So I understood that myself by reading books. Here, I really needed this thing. So since I needed this, I know there are so many other people who will also love it. Now the thing was, when I started Book Summary channel, nobody supported me. Very few people supported me. Uh, Most of them, my friends and all, they told me, yeah, this niche will not work because there were no so many YouTube channels on book, and it was a very new niche. Nobody used to watch
Mm.
book summaries that much. But still, I chose that niche because it really resonated with me. I really enjoyed reading. I really loved reading books. And I knew that this is really valuable. Even if people don't understand it today, down the line, they will understand that that's very important for them. And also, there was a proof of concept also. There were some people who were doing content creation on book summaries internationally. So
Mm.
I, it made sense कि यार इंडिया में अभी नहीं चल रहा है, it's not working in India right now, but it will work, it is valuable and it will work, and I will make it work.
Eventually,
So
right.
so that's how I selected my niche, and that's how I will tell most of the people to select a niche that really inspires you, that really you are passionate about. If it's on cricket, if it's about food, it doesn't matter what other people are doing it. Please don't see other people, see what really moves you. What is the niche that you will be able to work even 10 hours, 15 hours a day? If that makes sense, then only do it. Otherwise you won't be able to compete with people who are passionate.
Absolutely love that. We have to identify what is our problem, and that problem is what we have to start solving it because we are passionate and we have that obsession and love to do it, and we will stick to
Right.
it for a long time.
Right.
Yes. Love that. And Sishan, if I were to ask you, what was your biggest takeaway? I believe like easily you would have read hundreds and thousands of books until now.
Mm.
And what do you think is the highest return of investment? Some people tell stock market, cryptocurrency, AI, all these things, right? From your
Mm.
years of experience reading, you are like, I believe, like the Chitti Robo who has read all the books, and I'm asking you.
Uh, so I think the biggest ROI you can get is by investing in yourself. Just it's not, and this is not what I'm saying. This is what Warren Buffett says. Like when Warren Buffett was interviewed, someone asked him, what was the
Yes.
bigger best investment you did in so many years? So that interviewer and everyone was expecting that he will give answer like Coca-Cola or
Oh,
Gillette or something
okay.
like that. But he said
Yes.
like the best investment I did for myself was he bought a course of Dale Carnegie in public speaking, I think so, something like that.
Mhm.
He purchased a course, and he told that that was the best investment I did for myself, which gave me the best ROI, because from that course I learned so many things. So the biggest takeaway is that keep reading books, because you don't know which one book, which one line, which one author will really resonate with you and inspire you to take actions. Everything is about taking action. It's not about how much you read, it's about how much you are able to understand, comprehend, and make that knowledge into wisdom. What is knowledge? Knowledge is like you should work hard. Everybody knows you have to work hard, but very few people are able to do it. Very few people are wise enough to actually work hard. So
Correct.
if you want to close that gap of knowledge to wisdom, you have to read a lot of books. You have to learn up from a lot of mentors. You have to like submerge yourself in that kind of environment that really helps you, motivates you to work hard, to make that knowledge into wisdom that really changes your life. So like this is the best takeaway you can take from me.
Absolutely loved it. And Zishan, what you want to tell to everyone? I've seen like most people after they get graduated, like engineer or like after their studies, they rarely touch the books, right? Until before that, parents used to tell, like professors used to tell, like read the book, read the textbook, right? What you want to tell to those people who have got graduated, who are about like 25, 30 years, even why they also have to read a book?
I think it's just like your mind. Think of your mind as in terms of muscles. If you don't use your muscles, you lose it. If you don't, there's a saying in English, like if you don't use it, you lose it. Even if it's about your bones. If you don't jump, if you don't play, your bones will start to get weaker and weaker with time. And same goes with your mind also. If you don't use it, if you don't use your imagination, if you don't feed it properly, it will start getting it will get weaker and weaker. And I have seen it in my life also. There was a time when I used to read a lot of books. Then I started gradually. Some I came to this conclusion back then. Ki, yaar, I'm reading so much, but I'm not applying it. Let's stop reading it. Let's just focus on applying. I came to this conclusion, and I stopped reading books, and that was one of the biggest mistake, because then I became more miserable, because my mentally I was getting more weaker day by day. So applying, taking actions is very important, but apart from that, you should also read, because that will give you a lot of edge. It will give you a lot of ideas. It will spark that inspiration. It will motivate you. So see, most of the people who are even billionaires today, they have achieved a lot of things in their life. Even Bill Gates, like, he's a billionaire. He doesn't need to read, according to a lot of people, but he reads book every week. He has a book club. Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. If you ask them, they will tell you they are constantly learning. So it's a पुराने time जैसा नहीं है. Like things have changed. Now you have to constantly evolve yourself. Things are changing very rapidly. Things that you learned in your school have been like it's really outdated. So even what we talk, like if I'm making a video about 3 AI tools that will really help a content creator, for today it will be true, but down the line after 1 year that will change. There will be better tools that you can use and leverage it to get your that slight edge, that unfair advantage to move forward in your life. You need that unfair advantage, and for that unfair advantage you have to constantly learn. You have to upgrade yourself as a person, mentally also and physically also.
Absolutely, absolutely. Loved it. And Zishan, from your years of experience, right, what you want to tell, how to read a book and what is the best technique, right? Like if someone has to read it, and how much time does it take for one to complete a book?
So I never count how much time I read the book, how many books I have read. Many people ask me this question also, ki like, Zishan, how many books have you read till now? But the answer is I don't know, because what I learned this thing. It's a very powerful lesson.
Hmm.
Don't make a habit. Don't try to make it a goal. If you want, for example, if you want to read books, don't make it a goal. Make it a lifestyle. For example, do you know how many times do you eat in the last 5 years? How many times you have eat food? Yeah, how many times you have slept? You don't. It's a lifestyle,
Yes,
right? You
correct,
don't count it. How many people who are really fit, they don't count how many times they go to the gym. See,
correct.
because they incorporate in their lifestyle.
In a
Reading should
habit.
also be you have to build a habit. And now what the answer is habits for this. And the best thing you can do is, I know one technique is called habit stacking.
Hmm.
um, what you can do is, when you wake up in the morning, we have some certain routines, like waking up, going to the washroom, drinking water, or something like that. So what you do is attach reading, or any habit that you want to incorporate in your life with that habits, maybe in the middle or at the end. So for example, I wake up in the morning, I go to take a shower, I go to washroom, maybe I go to washroom first, and then I go to take a shower, then I maybe take the breakfast. So before breakfast, start reading for 5 to 10 minutes, and then take the breakfast. So there will be a habit stacks that will help you read constantly. And also, in terms of, if you're asking a best technique to read books fast, there's also a technique that I like, is you can, if possible, try to have an audiobook in your mobile, and also a physical book. So start the audiobook and start reading simultaneously. So that's a very great way to read fast and absorb a lot of information if you have to. But to be honest, I don't recommend it that much. Go slow, read slowly, try to understand what the author is trying to say, and try to like, the thing is, most people try to read very fast, but I don't think it's a very good strategy. Because if you're on a journey, And if you want to really enjoy the journey, you don't, if you're rushing towards your destination, you won't enjoy your journey. And I think the same goes with books also. If you're going really fast and trying to just get that get the book finished or get the book done, you won't really enjoy the book. And if you don't enjoy, you will eventually very fast, you will forget it also. So better is go slow, uh, and learn properly. So
Absolutely. It
yes.
was great insights. Amazing, amazing of that. And Sishan, if I were to ask you, what was the strategy, right? Like you had one of the most phenomenal growth. Firstly, congratulations for that, right? For like
Thank you.
over 4 million subscribers. And if you were to outline someone to your better half, or like again, if you're starting out your YouTube channel, how do you go in this AI era, right? From zero to first your 100,000, first 1,000 subscribers. Many people even struggle to have the first 500,000 subscribers, then to the next level, then to a million.
Hmm. So the thing is, for this, I will quote the best YouTuber in the world, which is Mr. Beast. So what he sees is when you start, uh, s- first have a goal of making at least 100 videos. है ना? Don't think about numbers so much in the start. This is what I believe in. I never focused on number that much. That was the reason I got numbers very quickly. It's a paradox, like, but that's the thing how it works. If you are very desperate for something, usually you just push it away. If you really want a girl and you're really desperate to get her, it will be a turn off. She will not
You will
be
run
interested
away.
in you.
Yes.
So what I would recommend is, I know most of the content creators really want that 100K, that 1 million subscribers, but the best strategy is not to focus on it, rather than focus on improving our skills. So there are a lot of skills that goes behind content creation. If I can break it down, there are some at least eight.
Okay.
So
Yes.
first is identifying your niche. You should pick the right battle, right? You can't win a battle where someone is really more powerful than you. So you have to pick the right battle, and to pick the right battle, you have to pick the right niche for you. You have to get that self awareness. If I started comedy when I was starting content creation, if I started with comedy, maybe I would have given up. I would have not succeed that much. I picked the right
Yes.
niche for me. है ना? So
What you're
first step is
passionate.
pick, yeah, well,
Yes.
the niche that was really passionate, I was really passionate about. So pick the right niche. Then you have to learn topic selection. Most of the people don't really pick the right type of topics. They make content, they just make it for the sake of making it. No, but you have to see what people really want. What are the trends that are going on? What are the things that really inspires you? And when you will make it, you are sure that people will also enjoy it. So there are a lot of techniques to do that, but I won't go in the detail of that. I will say ki first niche, then topic selection, then learn script writing, uh, because I have seen this, more than 90% of people don't really focuses on script. What will be the content inside their video? If you work on that, you can really crack the code. Also, there is thumbnail making, because this is also one of the most underrated skills. Mr. Beast and all of them really focuses on the thumbnail. They make so many thumbnails, and they keep changing it. They keep experimenting and keep learning like what attracts people, because this is the fact. 90% of people who will not watch your video will at least see your thumbnails. So we have to at least make the thumbnails really good, because most of them, only
If it is
10%,
eye catchy,
20%.
people will watch it. Hmm.
Yeah. And this is like not a very new thing. It's very common. Even in news headlines, they focus mostly on the news headlines, because they know mostly people will first read the headlines. But then if it is hooky, if it is attractive, then only they will give the time and read the content. So fourth skill is thumbnail making, title making, and then obviously it is audio recording.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's not how good you say, it's how well you say. What are you saying something. Sometimes it's not that important, but how you say is more important. So learn the art of speaking, learn the art of communication, how to speak what you have written. And once you crack that, then went with go to the next skill, that is editing. And in editing, you can learn editing, animations, and I used animation. It really helped me. And then once animation is done, your video is ready, because then you upload it. And while uploading it, you have to learn a little bit about SEO. How should be the tags, It's not that important, but it helps. So tags, description, titles, because you must know that your Google is the first most search engine, and after Google, it's YouTube. So SEO helps there also. There is it's a strategy like many people use. They focus on videos that will be uh, good in search. They specifically target some keywords and make video according to that, and they get most of the traffic from search. My strategy is more of a browse feature. Like people find my videos more from browse feature. That's why for me, titles and thumbnails are more important. But for some people, SEO can be really important. So these are the 8 things that you can work on while you are making your 100 videos, maybe 500 videos. You don't know, uh, but your goal should be how can I improve more and more in these things, in my script writing, in my thumbnail making, in my niche selection. Am I in the right niche or not? Or you can question yourself like this. And if you work on these 8 skills, eventually today, tomorrow, you will get million of views and millions of followers.
Absolutely loved it. Like we have to make sure that like we follow these 8 principles, talking about the right niche, the right editing, the right thumbnail with the right quality of sound, and everything with the right script and everything. We have. It's like we have to set all these things right in order to make it like really successful, right? It's not just one
In the
magic
long run,
thing.
yeah,
Yes.
in the long run, this will make you skillful. And once you will get that skill, then you can make, matlab, even if your channel gets deleted, you will have that skills to again start and create a million subscribe channel.
Absolutely loved it. And if I were to ask you, like long format content is like really good or like short format, because nowadays reels is like one minute, like people are watching so much like shorts and everything, right? Like, what's your inputs on it?
See, more powerful is long format, no doubt about it. Eventually, everyone, even in the content creators community, I meet a lot of creators who are just creating shorts, who are just creating reels, but they are craving that community. They're craving that audience that YouTube has, that people like me have, because my audience is much more likely to maybe buy from me. I have a stronger community because people are giving me more time. See, in the reels and shorts, it's good to start because it will eventually give you a lot of views. But if you want to play the long bigger game, if you want to sell courses, or if you want to have make your brand big, eventually you will have to come to long format. So answer to your question will be, start with short content. It is good for initial views and that marketing, you can say distribution. But eventually you will have to move to long content because that's where all the money is.
Absolutely, absolutely loved it. Amazing. And that's what I truly believe someone has to follow in order to get great success. And Sishan, right now, like podcasting, right? Everyone is like doing podcasts. You're doing podcasts. Like prime ministers are doing podcasts. Elon Musk is doing 4 hours podcast, right? What is your thoughts about podcasts? And if someone does podcast, can they reach to like 1 crore and above? What's your thoughts?
See, podcasts are really great way to make a lot of content in short amount of time. So we are also creating a content. Now we are creating content of around maybe 1 hour or something like that. It will be, this content will be. Once we have recorded this, now we can make 20 reels out of it.
Yeah,
So it's like बोलते हैं ना एक तीर से बहुत सारे शिकार. So podcast is like one arrow and lot of
benefits.
शिकार.
Yeah.
हाँ, benefit, one action and a lot of benefits with it. So if you start doing podcast, that was my reason also of for starting podcast, is it will help me build my personal brand. I will eventually meet a lot of cool people whom I will learn. And plus it is good macro to micro strategy. Macro to micro means 1 hour content. Now we will make 30 reels out of it and distribute it everywhere, because reels are getting lot more traction. And so these were the three core and biggest reason I think everyone should do podcast, because it's kind of easier for me also, because it's, especially for me, it's very easy because I really love meeting people. I really like to talk and learn from others. So it goes with my that niche selection. What I told now, it is aligned with what who I am. So for me, podcast is really good, and for most people, it can be a really great strategies to start, because most people don't have the time to really select the topic, write the script, crack the perfect thumbnail. It will in podcast also you need thumbnails, but eventually it's easier to start, I think, for most people. That's why they should do it. And making crore from it, I think it's possible. There are lots of content creators who are making, like, they are charging lakhs and like 30 lakhs and more than 30 lakhs
Oh my
per
God.
guest. So
Oh
30
my
a
God.
guest, if I am if I want to host someone for my podcast, I can say, give me 20 lakhs, and people are willing to pay that. If you reach the top 5%, there are people who are paying really good amount of money just to be the guest. And from that, so with just one podcast, there are so many different ways of monetization, and people are doing it. So
Yes, that's
I think
crazy
you can do it.
because I was hearing that people used to pay for the featured articles like Forbes, Hindustan Times, or like some paid magazines, right?
Mhm.
Suddenly, how come people are paying even more money for this podcast? Why do you think there is a shift in that, the way how the consumer behavior, how are they spending so much on these things?
Because
Because 5 years before there was no podcast, 5, 10 years before it, very rarely somebody was doing all those things.
yeah, it was podcast is a really old thing. In India, it's very new, but internationally, if you say it, people are doing podcast from 10 years, 20 years, not 20 years, but
Yes.
long ago. It's going on. Why people are paying so much, and why it's so valuable? Because it's very simple. How many articles do you read? I am asking you. How many articles do you read?
Rarely one or two in a month or something. Yeah.
And how many videos do you watch?
I watch every day some podcast.
Yeah, it's easier to consume now. Videos are really
Yes.
easier to consume, and people on social media, they're just consuming videos. And podcast,
Correct.
it's a video. Like, if you are having camera, it's a video also. And videos have a lot of eyeballs and a lot of attention towards it. That's why it's getting a lot of attention. And if a person watches you for 1 hour, the probability of you showing your authority, showing who you are, how much knowledge you have, and building a trust factor is much more higher than articles. And even with short videos, even 10-minute video. In sales,
Absolutely.
what do salespeople do? They try to talk to you as much as possible. Like, they want, if they know if they will talk to you for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, the chances of them closing you will increase, because the time is increasing. But
Yes.
if you won't talk, you won't give even 1 minute, the probability will shrink down. Same goes with the content also. uh, uh, an article, people will give you very less time. In shorts also, they'll give you like 30-40 seconds, but in podcast they can give you 30 minutes of their life. And in that 30 minutes of life, you can really show who you are, what you have built, how powerful you are, and you can influence them directly, indirectly, which will build trust. And then you can uh, sell your stuff and everything like that.
Absolutely loved it. Whatever someone can create 6 months, trust can be created easily within 30 minutes to like 1 hour, right? By providing
Yeah,
value
yeah,
to them. And
yeah,
it's
exactly.
one of the best way to connect with great people also. Absolutely
Yeah.
loved it.
Hmm.
And that's why I truly believe more people in India also have to start doing podcast, right? And it's a
Yeah,
good way to start. Know
yeah.
that. And Zishan, why do doctors also have to create content and podcast? Because I have seen like many doctors, right, like who are very, very smart, who have worked very hard, who won lot of awards, gold medals, everything. Like example, let's take like a child specialist pediatrician. They are in Bangalore. They have the most exotic location in Bangalore. They have the clinic and everything, right? And why it is important for them to come on internet and start sharing content? Because many people tell, I don't have time, I don't know how to do it, or like what advice you want to tell them?
See, if you won't do it, someone else will do it, and they will eventually become more successful than you are. Even if it's not just about success also. If you think you are a person who has right kind of knowledge, then it's your responsibility that you should share that knowledge with people. What's happening today is lot of people who don't know a lot about uh, child healthcare. They are also making content and spreading false information, if you term it like that.
Correct.
But it's I think every professional must create content to enhance their personal brand. See, everyone wants to achieve good health, good wealth, relationship, happiness. I think all these four things can be achieved with content creation, because if you become content creator, you will have more flexibility. You eventually, there are so many doctors, and I have seen so many professionals who have quit their traditional job and they become full-time content creator, because there is this flexibility and sense of freedom which people usually don't have in their profession. Um, Apart from that, you can also work on your health and create content out of it. Matlab, you can do anything you want and just create content out of it and just teach people. Eventually it will help you grow your personal brand. So if you was able to serve 10 people and charge maybe 10 lakh, trust me, if you create content you can easily charge 10 lakh with just one client, because your personal brand will be high. Most of the people which I spoke about earlier, also people are willing to pay 30, 40, 60 lakhs, not 60 lakh, 30 lakhs maybe, or 20 lakhs, maybe 15 lakhs or 10 lakh, just to visit, just to be on a podcast, because they know they can easily make lot more of money with just one episode, with a strong personal brand. So, so, so there is a book called Unfair Advantage, which says that if you want to win in this life, you must have some unfair advantages. Okay, so there are
Right.
five unfair advantages which the book talks about. It's, I called it mile, they called it miles framework, miles. So what miles stand for is, first, it's money. If a person has more money, obviously he has unfair advantage over the other, है ना? Second, I stands for insights. You know the markets. If a person knows market insights, he can invest in right stocks and gain a lot of money. I- Insights are also like unfair advantage. L is location and luck. Your location, where you are, uh, with whom you are surrounded with, can also give you an unfair advantage. If I know a lot of powerful people, if that will change, increase my chances of getting luckier also, right? And then E is for expertise. If a person has read a lot of content, if there is a doctor who has like given his 5 to 10 years in this field, obviously that person has more advantage than a person like me who doesn't who have just read maybe few books on health or maybe heart.
Doctors have more
So,
authority compared to others,
uh,
right? Like people go
yeah,
to them.
yeah, they're experts, so their expertise is their unfair advantage compared to others. Okay, and
Yes.
last is miles ka S, which stands for status. So I think personally, all these five things can be achieved with content creation. You can earn more money with it. You will get insights uh, in a very deeper way with your audience. Even if you are a content creator, if you are a entrepreneur, you will directly connect with your consumers, and that will give you a lot of insights which usually traditional people maybe won't have. It will give you access to location, because I'm a content creator. I can go to places where a lot of powerful people are. है ना? So it will give you that location advantage also. It gives you expertise, because once you are learning, you keep learning, because you have to create content, you get
Absolutely.
expert on it. And if you are a doctor or a professional like that, then it's like sone pe suhaga, है ना? You are already expert in it. Use it, that expertise, to get bring that unfair advantage. And last is status. Content creation will give you lot more status. So overall, this miles, all of these five things will help you create a bigger brand, bigger thing, bigger impact on the society.
Absolutely loved it. And I truly
Hmm.
believe if a doctor has to do one-to-one consulting, hardly 100 people they can do in a day. Whereas if they post a video or a podcast, even 100,000 people also can watch it. That's like 1,000,
Right.
10,000x impact.
Right. That's a leverage. Yeah. Yeah. That's the leverage of content creation, which people don't understand.
Absolutely. And that's what I'll tell any doctor who is watching also listen to what Zishan is telling, because he's able to impact not just in one place, right? Throughout India, throughout the world. People from anywhere in the world at any time also can watch it and get that insights and go implement and make themselves proud, right? Love
Right.
that.
Right.
It's the highest leverage, right? And every doctor, everyone has to start creating content, and that's how you can make a world a better place to live. Love that.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Zishan, if I were to ask you now, India, like many people, like conventional education is creating a mediocrity, right? Like so many engineers are not even able to earn 50,000 a month, right? That's less than $1,000. Only top 1%, very few people are there, right? How can one become like a millionaire? How many income streams they should consider, and what are the monetization strategies like you will recommend, right? So that they can actually go and implement.
I think this answer is connected to the last question, which you asked, why it is important to make content. It's important that because if once you start making content, you can have multiple source of revenue. Like from just naming a few, like AdSense, will give you money. You will get sponsorships. Like you can do affiliate marketing for other products. You can create your own courses, your own uh, university. People are creating their own university. They are creating so many great things. So I think if it's not just for Indian also, anywhere people, anywhere from the world, whatever you're doing in your primary life, so your primary life is, according to me, if you're a studying doctor, you're a doctor, it's your primary life. Create a secondary life. Secondary life should be on social media, on YouTube, on internet. So whatever, rather even if you are engineer, doctor, teacher, businessman, te- even vegetable seller, even chai wala. So it's such a great example is like the chai wala guy.
Dolly
नाम क्या है
chai
उसका?
wala.
Dolly
Dolly.
chai wala.
Yeah.
So Dolly chai wala, he is primarily a chai wala, but
He
he is
became
also
so
charging.
famous.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
charging 5 lakh rupees for at least a 4 to 5 stars hotel stay with his manager. If someone
Right.
wants him to come to Kuwait, so then that's his charges. So a
Just
chai
one
wala can,
connection changed his life forever.
yeah, yeah.
True.
So even a chai wala, if leverage that guy can leverage content creation and earn lakhs of rupees for one visit for one day, which even कई बार doctor can't earn 5 lakh rupees in one day, right? For visiting another
Yep.
country, but a chai wala can
Yes.
do it because he is creating content. So understand that content creation is so powerful. So if a chai wala
Absolutely.
can have that command to charge 5 lakh, I think you can also do it. You are also, I think, working hard on most of the people who are watching this, listening to it. I know they are like, they are not, they are serious people. They have a good mindset. They have certain skills also in their life, which they can leverage through content creation, and they should, because there are n number of ways through which you can earn money through content creation.
Absolutely. Absolutely loved it. It's like infinite things is possible, right? We just have to put in our work and we have to be hungry, curious, and
Right,
implement and
right,
being consistent, right?
right. Content creation gives you the distribution. People are watching you. 1,000 people, even if 1,000 people are watching you, see, you can make thousands of rupees. Like, you just have to talk to them. What are your problems? What are the problems you are facing, and give them the solution and take a cut of from that solution. Maybe you can make your own product also, or someone else. There are so many good products out there in the world. Just take it, give the right solution to your right audience, that 1,000 people, and eventually you will make a lot of money. This is a very important point. Most people don't understand that in content creation you don't need billions of followers and millions of views. uh, Even if you have 1,000 people, community of 1,000 people who really like you, whom you are serving on a regular basis, you will eventually find a lot of ways to make money. Because we think like we need a lot of people to sell now. Even if there are 100 people who are willing to give you maybe 10,000, you can earn good amount of money from that 100, only 100 people.
Absolutely, absolutely. Love that. It's all about like serving, right? Quality over quantity. And if we serve them really well, we can achieve our dreams of that.
Yes.
And Zeeshan, I truly believe like you are more into like law of attraction, right? Can you tell us an example like how you applied law of attraction and achieved your dreams of like YouTube and whatever you have bought or anything?
So law of attraction for me, I think it works in a way. So there is a part of the brain known as RAS, reticular activating system. So if I ask you, look around your room and tell me how many red things you see. Go ahead, just do it for a few seconds. Maybe just look around and see how many red things you can see.
10 things.
10 things, okay. And now my question, the real question is, how many pink thing you saw, or maybe brown thing you saw while searching for it?
No,
No
only
idea.
red. You told me to see. I just checked
Yeah,
red.
yeah. So yeah, that's RAS, reticular activating system. Law of attraction for me is like that. When once you focus on something that you want this business to grow, you want money to grow, you start focusing on that, and once you start focusing on that, you see more opportunities related to it. So when I told you to see red things, you saw only red things. Your mind didn't focus on how many pink things are there, how many blue things are there, and that's why you saw more red. But if I tell another person to search for pink, they will see more pink, not red. You're understanding the
Correct.
difference? So when law of attraction for me is when you start focusing on what you really want and feel good about it, then there are more number of chance higher probability that you will achieve it, because our
Hmm.
brain is really capable. It's a problem solving machine. We just have to give them the right problem. The problem is most of us are feeding negative things. We are feeding like, uh, why this celebrity is not wearing this, why this celebrity is not doing this. We are constantly feeding negative things, so our mind is working uh, in that colors, and we have to feed the right colors basically. So law of attraction has worked for me time to time. Like I remember when I was in Rizvi College, and I was in my engineering only, and that time I saw a lot of people are dancing. There was an event, and in that event, people were dancing. So in event, there are a lot of other different activities. Like some are doing singing, some are doing I don't know, a lot of other things. But the most amount of engagement and energy I felt when dancers came on the stage. The crowd was going crazy. Yo, chill! They were shouting, and it was a lot of positive environment when dancers were dancing. So at that
Yeah.
time I imagined in my mind, yeah, one day I will also be in the stage and people will be cheering for me. And I don't know, that time I didn't knew law of attraction or I was doing something like that. But now hindsight, I understand it. I was using kind of law of attraction because I was feeling really good, and I imagined that one day I will be on the stage and I will be performing. And guess what, within within in that year only, someone found me practicing on the gym dancing, and that guy Katie, he told me to join his dance group, and we did the practice. We performed on stage in our college and different colleges, not on a very big level, but small engineering colleges. We went and we won also a lot of awards. So that was like an example of law of attraction working for me. Also, I used to, like, when I was in my chawl ka ghar jo tha, वहाँ पे I used to stand in front of mirror and I would just take my comb and talk कि यार, pretending that I am on the stage and I'm talking to a lot of people. So that also came to reality. I used to see buildings with good society, and I used to think, yeah, I should also have a house there, and I used to think about that. So that also happened. A lot of things happens when we really focus on that thing and take action towards it. So taking action is also really important. Most of people, I think, have a wrong conception about law of attraction. They think law of attraction will work by just thinking and just being really happy about it. No, you have to really believe on it, and if you have to believe on something, you have to take action. You have to build that confidence. You have to feel that good vibes. For that, you have to act, and eventually your brain will tell you these are the good opportunities, and you will take that opportunities and create the result that you really want.
Absolutely, absolutely loved it. Where our energy flows, like where our concentration goes, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what we
yeah.
attract, right?
Right.
And
Wherever the attention goes, energy flows, result shows, something like
yeah,
that.
absolutely. Loved it. Amazing. And Sishan, brother, like if I were to ask you, what was the biggest mindset shifts, right? Like previously, before starting your YouTube journey in your engineering days, how was it? And what actually intrigued in you? And based on that, you actually got this success, everything.
So before content creation, my mindset was learning is really not my cup of tea. Like books, I don't liked books. See, now I am like surrounded by books, but there was a time I
Yes.
hated books. I hated to read because people were
Yes.
forcing me to read because they wanted me to get good marks. But my why was not clear. I didn't have that clarity. कि why to like read? है ना? So biggest shift after content creation is like I am understanding what I really want. Self awareness. My self awareness is increasing, and I think uh, it's very well said by Oprah Winfrey also. Like when Oprah Winfrey was asked, why do you think most of the successful people achieve what they really want? So she said most of successful people achieve what they really want because they know what they really want. Most people don't know what they're getting after. Most people don't know what they want. And that's a very sad truth. People are just in that FOMO. If people are Some people are buying iPhone, they are also buying iPhone. They are thinking that if I'll get that iPhone, I'll be happy. People will respect me and all that. But they don't really know themselves what will make them happy. So the biggest mindset is this self-awareness and who I really am, who I really want to work with, what are my goals, what I really want to achieve. It sounds really like self-centered, but to be honest, if you really want to become successful, you must have this mindset, who you really are. You must have this clarity. If I'll just say one word which is really important for your life, if you want to become successful, is clarity. The more clarity you have, the higher the chances you will become successful in your life.
Absolutely, absolutely love that. And Zishan, if I were to ask you, how was the privilege of meeting Robert Kiyosaki? Once upon a time, you were reading his book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and then meeting him, right? And how was your experience meeting to him? And I believe like you also interviewed him, right? And he's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a billionaire, and like how was it your experience?
Yeah, it was a kind of bittersweet. You know, they say don't meet your heroes, but I won't say it was completely like that. It was a very humbling experience because his book was the reason why I came to books, why I started reading books. So his book really changed my life, really changed. And I'm not just saying it for the sake of saying it. It really changed my life. And I think there are so many Indians and even internationally people more, who started their book reading journey with Rich Dad Poor Dad. So
Yes.
it was very inspiring. It was very humbling also. Here I got the chance to meet him. My conversation with him was very good. I learned a lot of things, but experience was bittersweet because he's kind of, to be honest, he's getting old. You know, and old people
Correct.
are not
Yes.
very sometimes like very calm or
Yep.
how should I present it? Um, he was
Not
kind of
flexible
angry
like a
also.
youngster, like with
Haha.
lot of this thing
See,
enthusiasm.
Indians, we Indians we really are humble. We always are like this. And he says he Indians are like this. Hello, Atiti Devo Bhava, and we have that very, what do you say? How can we say that? Humbleness or
We are more
sweetness
humble, we
with
are
it.
down to earth, we want to
Down,
respect
more
our
to.
teachers. Mm,
I think these qualities are also in Robert Kiyosaki, but he's like more of straightforward person. See the what he's thinking, he'll say, which is a good quality, I think so. But Indians should adopt this. He's more clear. I when I was listening to him when he was talking and giving answers, he got really angry on some people who were asking questions because they were taking a lot of time to ask the question. You know, people have that. A lot of people ask question just for the sake of asking question.
mm,
That should not be the. You should ask question because you really want the answer. In India, a
yes,
lot of
yes.
people also start questioning because they just want to question and they want to be in the limelight. And he
Correct.
really hated that. He was really angry on that. So I was on my toes when I first met Robert Kiyosaki. Yeah, what he gets angry on me also because I heard that he was getting very angry and like yelling things to people straightforward. So but thankfully that didn't happen with me. He was really nice and very calm while talking to me. He was happy. I told him about how he inspired me in my journey, and now we are like more than 4 million subscriber base, and which his role was very important in that. So he was very happy about it. He hugged me and like it was good. It was good. All around, it was a very great experience, and I think everyone should feel this. Everyone should meet their mentor once in their life.
Absolutely. It's like one
Hmm.
of the best thing, right? Intimate one-to-one, like that physical, being at proximity. Nothing can beat that. Reading a book versus watching them on TV or like anything, right? That
Right.
meeting, that eye-to-eye contact, shaking the hand,
Yeah,
being in front of them.
obviously,
It's like next
obviously.
level.
That's a completely different experience. Like we can watch Switzerland on YouTube, vlogs of Switzerland, but feeling going to Switzerland is completely different feeling. Same goes with meeting events. I tell people to go to events and meet a lot of inspiring people, because it's very inspiring. That energy, that vibe, it helps you get motivated. There's some kind of energy. I don't know what's the science behind it, but that's some kind of energy when you meet strong people with strong personalities. When you just watch them, when you just listen them personally, it really helps you elevate your mindset.
Absolutely loved it. And Sishan, brother, if I were to ask you, you being an engineer, without starting YouTube channel or like podcast, would you be able to connect with billionaires, or what was the reason, like how you are able to connect with them? And if you were to tell the biggest output or like takeaway from them, what you wanted to tell everyone?
Sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Okay. How, if you are not starting your YouTube channel or like podcast, would it be able for you to connect with like guys like Robert Kiyosaki, interviewing, like meeting them, everything, and
Mhm.
how important role it played for you starting this podcast and this thing? How, if not, what is that people will be missing out if they don't start?
Okay. So your question is, if I was not a content creator, how I would
Yeah,
meet
would you be
billionaires?
able to meet all these great people?
I think yes, you can meet. It's not like you need to be a content creator to meet billionaires. No, you just need that. What do you say? Consistency. There are so
Hmm.
many stories I have read in books only, where people were just consistent, and like they just went to their offices daily, daily, daily for so many days. Uh, I don't remember the story where a person used to call the office daily, and on like 78th or 90th day, he eventually got to talk to a billionaire. Uh, so you need that consistency, that grit. If you want something,
Right.
and if you go behind it, and you just keep on trying, 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 eventually things will go your way. And also, there's a better way, I think. If you can help, see, billionaires are billionaires, but if you can somehow help their company grow, but don't think in terms of what you can get from them. Think how you can, with your limited resources and time, what you can give to them. And if
Correct.
you are able to add some kind of value to that, to team, go with it, and eventually they will recognize you. So
Absolutely.
the answer will be go with a giving mentality, and don't fix it also. I don't think if you want to become a very successful person, you really need someone in your life. मतलब you will meet a billionaire, then only you will get successful. ऐसा नहीं है. You just need to be very skilled in your own game. Be so powerful in your own game that people are willing to meet you. Become that
Absolutely.
valuable person.
Right. Become the best version of yourself and see what you can favor them instead of you asking them a favor. Right. In
Yeah,
that way, more
exactly.
people are will going to come to us, no matter how much less subscribers or something we have also, because when we are telling
Exactly.
them, we are doing a favor to them. Love
Yeah.
that. Amazing. And Sishan, brother, like doing live podcast, right? What do you recommend? Now, someone asked, is it good to live stream it on YouTube, or like first do a podcast, then edit it and put a good hook and then upload it afterwards? Which has
So
better reach?
I think mostly people are doing this one only, the second one, which they are recording, then they're editing, they're putting good hooks, and then they're uploading. But I think live is also a very new thing, novelty, new thing. It can work if you. I haven't seen any Indian live podcaster grow so much. So there is a good. I think there is a gap which can be filled if you do it really well. If you keep on doing it, it is. See, marketing marketing and branding is all about perception, what you
Yep.
make in people's mind. So if you brand yourself like that, the India's first live podcaster, and keep going, then like you can reach the top then.
Yep, I love that. And because I believe if someone does not have more resources, they can start with live because there is no much editing, all those things. If someone have many
Yeah,
resources, lot of team members, everyone, right, then they can edit it, catch the
super.
good hook, everything.
Yeah,
Loved
yeah.
it.
So most important is starting, you know. So a very
Yes.
great way to start will be this live podcast, where you're doing it live and you don't have that hassle to edit and everything like that. Once like
Yes.
uh, if you're getting a little bit of good response, then you can also record it like I am doing it. I'm also recording this part where I can give it to my editors and they can cut shots and clips from it and upload it.
Absolutely. And Zishan, many people ask me, hey Akshay, how are you able to bring such great people like Zishan? I want to answer, like I want to answer from you, right? How did you come to my podcast so that everyone also can listen? What
I
made
think
you come into the
hmm,
podcast?
yeah, if you met on an event, right? That's why I told na, it's good to. Acha, one of the best thing about events is, yeah, you learn a lot of things, you get that vibe also, but the best thing is you can network with a lot of good people because
Yes.
the power of meeting someone is really high. Matlab, see, I receive hundreds of emails, है ना? But
Yes.
I meeting one person, I meet and whole my focus is on that person. And
Correct.
because it's not online, there is not no wall of online, it's physical. The power is much more higher. So go to events, go to events where a lot of smart people are coming. Surround yourself there, and from there you can build your network. That's how I think we also met like that. Only we
Yep.
met on an event, and from
Yes.
that event we started we got connected, and eventually
Yes.
you reached out and we spoke and we fixed a meeting.
Absolutely loved it. Guys, here's the true example, right? I just met Zishan at the event last year, then I was continuously following up with him, and today here the podcast is happening. When I can do it,
Yeah,
anyone also can do it, right? You just have
yeah.
to right messaging, the right approach you need to follow, and with the right
Right.
group of
I
people you
think
need to
you raised
surround.
a very important point of following up because most of the time, like people are willing to do interviews, but maybe they are busy with their stuff, their world, their own priorities in life, and most of people they really give up very easily. They maybe mailed them some people once, twice, maybe for a week, and then gave up. Yeah, nahi, yaar, they are not interested. But it's not just keep they are maybe they are interested, but they are not in that right time set. Maybe not in the right mind to do podcast, but if you constantly hit them, like follow up and be consistent, again be consistent with your approach, eventually they will give you a chance.
Absolutely, absolutely. We need to be patient, consistent, and determined, right? And that's what makes it happen. If someone is not consistent, who don't have patience, then podcasting thing is not for them, right? Because it
I think
takes long.
it's not just about podcast also. Patience is required in every field, every
Yeah,
if you want to be if you want to reach the top, you must have patience. Otherwise someone else will come and they'll crush you because they have patience and you didn't have patience, you just wanted quick results.
absolutely loved it. And Sishan, here's one of the questions what people had asked. If the channel is inactive since a long time, right? And again, if they want to get started, what you will tell them, right? Like how they have to again restart their journey.
First, start on being consistent. It doesn't matter where you are posting it. Once you have, see, I also get this question a lot. My channel is that I have not started from so many times. I say no need of making a new channel because you'll make two new channels and again you'll not post single videos on it regularly. Then what's the need of two channels?
Yeah,
First, your goal should be stay consistent, make consistent content. Once you are very consistent, you are putting your content for months, and even then if you are not getting any results, then you can say, yeah, let's make another channel. For the start, I won't recommend to make new channels. Just focus on being consistent.
absolutely, absolutely loved it. And Sishan, as you have scaled your channel to such a big thing, and if you were to hire, right, like how did you got started? What was the first roles like you edited in your organization? Was it content creator, support, management?
First person I partnered was with a guy who knew tech, not as a content creator, but as a businessman.
Okay.
In terms, when I was thinking in terms of business, I wanted to make courses and everything. So first person I got connected with was Faisal. In terms of content creation, the first person I hired was, I think, शायद तुमको ही किया था ना? First person I hired was my wife only. She helped me with animations. So what you can do is write down each and everything that you're currently doing in your content creation, like finding topics, writing script, editing, voiceover, everything, and then try to find out which of these things can be outsourced or delegated. So first thing I came to understand that I can really delegate was animations. Animations, I was doing it good. I knew if I give my time, I uh, I will do better animations. But still, I chose to delegate it because I knew one thing. I learned from Robert Kiyosaki in this book. Rich Dad Poor Dad. You should not work in the business, but on the business. If you want to work on the business, you have to pull yourself out from the business. Your business should not be dependent on you. So for that reason, I delegated my animations. Then I delegated my editing, audio editing, and there came a time when for my channel I just used to invest 1 to 2 hour in a week, and every other thing was taken care by my team. So that I did for a while, but I understood one thing: script writing is something that I have delegated, but I can't delegate it 100% because then the script will be not uh, in terms of what I think, and my opinion will not be reflected with that videos. That will be a mismatch. So that's why content writing is the only thing in which I am involved till now, and also I enjoy it, so I'm doing it. Other than that, everything else is delegated right now.
Absolutely. As an creator, like we cannot outsource or like delegate our image and face, right? Like we have to
Yeah,
keep recording,
your
rest
your
everything in the
opinions,
backend.
your opinions and your strong opinions, especially because your writer will have a different opinion. He'll write something like hard work is not that important, or maybe you should smart work is not that important, or maybe discipline is not that important. He'll write that because he has researched and found videos about it, but it's not aligning with your thoughts and what you think. So that will be a misalignment and the content, and that will be reflected on your content also. You won't, even if you try to say it, even if you say it, it won't have that energy, that flow.
Correct.
So that will hinder your quality of content.
Absolutely. Loved it. Amazing. And Sishan, if I were to ask you what qualities like you see someone who is watching from this real knowledge club, if they want to become part of your team or anything, right? What qualities like you see in that person before you hire them?
Hunger. Is that person really hungry for success? Is that person really humble to learn? See, you can be a star in your own world, and you might be a very good editor, but are you a good team player? Are you humble enough to listen to me? Are you humble enough to say, "Kya Zishan bhai has 9 to 8, 9 years of experience, and what he's saying might be right. Let me try it, and then find it if it's wrong or not." Some people have very big egos. I have seen this, like people with big egos are not very good for your team. uh, you should be really humble, and you should be a team player, not a single player. Like a lot of people want to be a star. They want to be like, I am the best. I'm the best. No, we are the best. It's again, it comes to mindset. His mindset should be really good. He should be like we mentality, not I mentality. And he should be result oriented, not time oriented. Again, here I am working so many. I have worked so many hours now. But have you created that one video that was promised? Result, what are the results, what are the actions you're taking? Is he action oriented, or excuse oriented? Some people are very good in giving excuses. Some people are, see, I love people who are problem solvers. There are so many people to whom if you give solution, they'll try to find a problem in that and say ki, yeah, this is the problem. But there are very few people to whom if I give them a problem, I don't I don't need to give them solution. They'll come up with the solution and they'll do the work. So that kind of people are really rare, and not just for me, for anywhere in the world. If you have these qualities, what I'm saying, trust me, you will be anyone will hire you for the long run, and they'll give you so many opportunities because that these are the qualities of a great leader. Everybody wants great leaders in their team. Everybody wants, if they're smart enough, they want his workload. I I should be able to replace myself, but I that can't be done with people who have this egos and everything that I mentioned earlier.
Absolutely. Loved it. Who is curious, who is hungry, and who is coachable, who has less ego, who has lot of patience, who gets the work done on time. Love that.
Mm.
And Zishan, this is one of the most curious question I have, right? Does a relationship partner play an important role for your success, and how did you find them?
Yeah. It's a very important question. I think relationships are one of the most important aspect of life that can make or break you. So if you don't have good relationship in your life, even if you have a lot of money, even if you have a lot of success, you won't be happy in your life. So you should like get this. I was fortunate enough that I found my partner 10 years ago before I started my content creation journey. She was there with me and she is today with me. She's sitting here only. So so it really helps you keep your focus. You see, if you're not in a relationship now, uh, as a guy, you people can relate. Our mind really gets distracted, with girls and everything like that. It's natural, but if if you find a right partner, I think go commit, go in a relationship, even marry if possible. If you think it's right, if the right person is there, go and marry and get this angle sorted, that relationship angle, get it sorted as soon as possible, because that will help you. And if you have the right partner, she will help you uh, keep your focus and keep your consistency, because that's the thing that will eventually make you give you big success.
Absolutely, absolutely loved it, right? And a better half, like partner, plays a very important role for our emotional well-being and even for us to support us so that we are going on the right path.
Right
Love
track,
that.
yes.
And Zishan, what tools like you basically use and manage for your growth, right? Like for YouTube, what tools like you use and like overall in your company, right? For effective and
So
efficient way.
we have tried a lot of softwares. I think uh, my partner Faisal, he uses a lot of tools, technical guy, to manage everything. So he knows a lot of tools. I personally don't use that many tools, because I think the simple things are easier to use, and I consistently use. So I've also used HubSpot and everything like that to manage the team, what people are doing, what not, some
And
CRMs and
how many
everything.
members team do you have, Zishan, like to have like such a big
The
YouTube channel, right? 4 million subscriber. Is it 100 members, 50 members?
I,
What's your teams?
I think a single person can also have a 4 million subscriber base.
Okay.
It doesn't matter how many people, yeah, there are. In terms of subscribers, there are individual
Okay.
content creators who have a lot of subscribers. So Bhuvan Bam was alone when he started. So he has, like,
Mhm.
how many subscribers he has. But eventually we grow. Eventually we delegate things. So you can have
Mhm.
as many people as you want. So, right, just say for example, Ranveer Ilabadia, Bia Bicep team.
Yes.
They are like 70 people team. So I also know Dhruv Rathi. He has like 3 to 4 people team, core team. I have like 7, 8 people core in my team. But I don't think that you should focus on numbers that much, and it's better actually to have less people. I personally believe the more lesser people, but the higher number of output and results you can create. Ideally, you should aim for that, because the more number of people you have in your organization, and I've seen this mistake done by a lot of content creators also. They have hired so many people, they have raised their overhead cost, they have decreased their profitability, and they're grinding, and eventually they had to like fire a lot of people. So I think in terms of team, go hire good people, strong people, and play the long term game. I think Naval Ravikant or someone has said this: you should play long term games with long term people and avoid
Mhm.
short term games with short term people. So
Absolutely.
find some good people, very nice, hardworking people, and try to work with them for long run. And don't think I personally don't think my team members as just employees. I think of them as partners, uh, with whom eventually I'll do big things.
Mhm. Mhm. Absolutely loved it. It's all about we have to see that they have that long-term thinking. Can they go full on, right? And short, lean team instead of complex and a big team. That.
Mm.
And Zishan, like you have read so many books, you have told everyone to read so many books. If I were to ask just 3 books, what's your favorite books? What is it?
So I think I'll first say Rich Dad Poor Dad only, because it's very easy. I think you are asking me because it's a recommendation for people to, because they'll read it.
Yes,
So if
absolutely.
people have not read Rich Dad Poor Dad, I think they can read it. Reason is it's a classic. It has standard tested test of time. It has passed the test of time. Plus, it's easy. It's story time. It's a story format, so it's easier for the reader to read and learn. So go with Rich Dad Poor Dad if possible. Then one book is this. Sorry, it's Mirror. Can't Hurt Me. David
Yeah.
Goggins. I really like it. It. It's good for your mindset discipline. They talk about to callous your mind, how we can take control of our mind. So it's a good book. In terms of money or online, I think 100 Million Offer by Alex Hormozy is a good book. 100 Million Leads, he has second book also. .com
Yes,
Secrets
yes.
are good books. So right now I'm in the phase where we are exploring more and more online online businesses, learning about online businesses. So I am focusing on, I like these books also. Apart from that,
Absolutely.
I think your favorite book will come from you. Uh, wh- uh, See, no matter what problem you're facing right now in your life, there is a book which has the solution for it. And when you find your solution from one book, it becomes your favorite book. Some for many people, for me at least, that these kind of things happen. So just go and read, take a lot of recommendation, and try to find out what you are lacking in your life, whether it's health, whether it's a relationship, whether it's wealth, whether it's happiness, and go and search on Goodreads. Any book which has more than four rating is a good place to start.
Absolutely. Loved it. Loved it. Amazing. And Zishan, if I were to ask you, like, I believe you stay in Mumbai, right?
Yeah,
Right now. What
yeah.
makes all like top creators stay in Mumbai, right? I've seen you are staying there. Ranveer Alhabadia staying there. The Think
So
School Ganesh, Raj Shamani, all of them, right? Why not Delhi or Bangalore or like what is? I was like so curious to know about that.
so I think I spoke about Miles framework, Unfair
Yes.
Advantage book. There are five things. One was location.
Hmm.
Where you are located can really help you give you a leverage. So a lot of content
Yeah.
creators come to Mumbai. See, I was lucky enough. I was born, brought up here. So I didn't shift it
Wow.
from some place here and here. I was just lucky to be here. But I have seen a lot of creators shifting from other states and cities and uh, places to Mumbai because here a lot of strong people are there. A lot of Bollywood is here. A lot of celebrities are here. A lot of powerful people stay in Mumbai. So it's easier for them to get their access, to reach them, to connect to them. So that's why a lot of people come here.
Absolutely love that there is a beach also and everything.
That's what.
It's a good for like food and going out and everything as well, right? Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. And Zishan, in future, if I organize a physical event in Bangalore and invite you as a speaker, right? Would you be interested in coming up?
For sure, for sure. But just it depends on what type of audience you are targeting. If if I would be able to give them value. It will be a pleasure to be there.
Absolutely amazing, amazing. Yeah, it'll be like a great honor. And Sishan, for all the people who are watching this, right? And it was truly incredible where you shared in the last 1 hour, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, everything about like YouTube, your journey. It was phenomenal. Now, if someone wants to learn, right, want to connect with you, how they can connect with you?
Uh, I think acha, you can just search Seeken YouTube channel, Zeeshan Shaikh YouTube channel. Just go on YouTube and search Seeken. That's a book summary channel. So if you are a little bit interested in books, I think that channel will really help you learn from there. Seeken or just subscribe Zeeshan Shaikh channel. There I take podcast of interesting mentors and people who have good knowledge and they can provide value. So these are the two YouTube channels I will recommend you all to go and subscribe there and connect with me from there.
Absolutely. It was amazing. Guys, to check out. Zishan has been there doing so many, since so many years, book reviews, podcasts, everything. Like you'll be able to learn a lot of things. The more you learn, the more you grow. And that's how you can go to the next level. And that's how more people in the country also are going to prosper. That's amazing. And Zishan, for all the people, before we conclude at the Real Knowledge Club Summit, what you want to tell them?
For conclusion, I will say like this, which I spoke about earlier, only few minutes ago. See, my life has changed with books, and I think books can really change your life, especially in today's world where like attention is getting lower and lower. Like if you want to get success now, you need depth, you need attention, you need that patience. And reading books can really help you get all these things. It will help you get that patience because reading is not that entertaining as scrolling mobile phone. So go read books, and eventually, no matter what problem you're facing, you will find a lot of good, great solution with one of the with from some of the greatest mind in all of the history. है ना? So go read books, learn from books. They will truly change your life. And these are my
Absolutely.
final words.
Absolutely love that. Guys, you are listening
Ah,
from
just to add
people.
one thing more. Just to add one thing more. See, I have changed my life with two things. Okay, one is by reading books. I have created mindset, and then I have created content, which really helped me monetize it and get a lot of results. So do these two things: learn for your mindset and start creating. So be a consumer of good things and be a creator of good things, and eventually these two things will really change your life. This will be the final message.
Absolutely. That was incredible. Guys, you are absolutely learning from the best, right? It's always good. The king is not respected based on how much money he has. The king is respected based on how much knowledge he has, right? Wherever he go, he's always respected. We look up to them because they have incredible knowledge. That's why it's told, right? Like doctor, an apple a day keeps a doctor away, like that, like reading a book a day or like a book a week will never make you broke or like poor again. Do you agree with it,
Yes.
Zishan?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's very nicely said. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yes, books
Yeah.
can really help you.
And it is one of the best, right? We can read almost any book for like less than 1,000 rupees or 500 rupees, right? And so much of knowledge worth lakhs and crores like we'll be able to get, and we just have to implement. Yep.
Yes,
And that's how we can make our families proud, become millionaires, billionaires. And this is something, the most easily accessible thing, right? Anyone in the world can grab it with just one click on
yes,
Amazon, right? That's
yes,
what, guys. Take action, implement, and I hope you guys learned an incredible things in the last 1 hour 20 minutes. Implement, do share it with your friend, tag your friend. Let's make a world a better place to live. That's how we all can grow and take India, Bharat also to the next level. Thank you so much, Zishan, for taking your
thank you,
incredible, valuable time.
thank you,
It was
thank you so
great
much.
to have
Thank you
you.
so much
And
for
yep,
having me.
yep.
Thank
Thank you, guys,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Have a great day. By now, you must have understood in order to reach the goal, you must have the right systems and processes. If you're like a coach, consultant, entrepreneur, and you want to have a system in place, like a proper funnel, landing page, like webinar, and want to make the webinar even more persuasive, like a you need a persuasive script, and you need an LMS, learning management system, to launch, like put out your course, like a proper system and a community and everything, like with right WhatsApp automation, CRM, and everything. And what you can do is like you can book a call with us in the link in the description, me or my team. You can connect with us on a discovery call, and we'll understand where you are right now and where you want to be, and we'll tell you exactly how we can help you out, or if not, we can redirect you to some other source, right? With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the podcast. Bye bye.